thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Annalise and this is my channel where we get planty with it. I was away this past weekend in the Poconos. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of footage I shared at the beginning. It was so beautiful. I had hoped to go plant shopping while I was there, but we pretty much decided just to hang out in the house and, you know, relax, lounge, which honestly was more of what I needed. But anyway, I came home and realized I had a ton of plant chores that I want to do. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a bunch of repotting, potting things up, etc. So it should be a good time. So get out your supplies, get your plants ready, and join me in doing some plant chores. So first plant chore we're going to be working on today is involving this dude. This is a Hoya Carnosa compacta, definitely a favorite. I have quite a few of these and that's what we're gonna be working on. So I have that one I just showed you. I think this is 2 cuttings. This is a cutting from one of the ones that I found at a grocery store in Maine. So they have these really long strands and I cut this guy and rooted it. So that's gonna go in the same pot. And then I have my least favorite one, this little dude here. This guy has actually not grown ever since I got it, and let's see when I got it. Yes, November 2020. We're in 2022, so this guy has done absolutely nothing. It's very weird because this one has grown quite a few leaves. It's actually grown quite a bit, and even the other one has been growing. This one just for some reason hates me, but I don't want to just throw it out or give up on it, so I'm going to pot it up with the other ones. Maybe I'll cut it, see if that can stimulate some growth. We'll see. Let's get into it. Trying to hydrate more. Let me tilt y'all down. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to see my face, but that is okay. We're just going to chit chat while we do some repotting. So for these compactas, I have this big terracotta planter. These guys are pretty clear when they need water. The leaves start to wrinkle. This one's actually getting a little wrinkly. Let me see if I can show you. That leaf right there, it may not come across on camera, but it is wrinkling a little bit. And so that's how you know when it needs water. So I feel pretty comfortable potting them up in here because I'll be able to tell when they need water. I'm very excited about this project. I'm trying to minimize the amount of, trying to minimize the amount of planters and things I have. There is an important reason for that. I do have kind of a big announcement, but I'm not going to share it just yet until it's like all the way official. But I do have to start thinking about downsizing. So this is one of the tasks kind of related to it. Should I have brought out my repotting mat? Probably, but you know, that is okay. Let's check this guy out. Oh wow, super rooty. You guys can see that, roots everywhere. So now I'm thinking, is this pot gonna be big enough? But we shall figure it out. I think it will. I mean, it was in this little one and this is quite a big upgrade. Let's unpot this dude. I'm gonna unpot this one over the soil bin to reduce soil spillage. As I suspected, it's definitely not a great root system, but hopefully it'll develop a better one over time. Let's pop that there. And then let's check out the roots on the propagation. These have just been propagating in perlite in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which they didn't even really need to be in there because I don't need high humidity, but I just popped them in there because I had space. Yeah, there's some really beautiful roots on here. Perfect. Oops. I'm spilling everywhere. I think this guy's gonna have a decent root system. He does. Awesome. Yeah, so some decent roots there. Very good. Great. So let's start to get things situated in the pot. And as I do that, what should we talk about today? Oh, I know what we should talk about. I don't know if you guys are a fan, although it is TV shows in general. So Netflix just dropped season 2 of Love is Blind. OMG. Are y'all watching? Did you watch season 1? Did you hate it? Did you love it? How do you feel about season 2? I'm only, I think, on the 3rd episode so far, but it's definitely interesting. You know what I'm curious? Would anybody ever... Sorry. It's very dusty. Would anybody ever go on... Oh, there's so much new growth on this. What the heck? That's so great. Let me see if I can show you without spilling everywhere. Yeah, like right there. There's a little new leaf. Anyway, would any of y'all ever go on a show like Love is Blind? Like as a participant? What do you think? Do you think it really works? Do you think it's all fake for the cameras? I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of proof that it might work a bit. Last season they had a couple, I think it was Lauren and Cameron, and they seem happy to this point. So, you know, maybe it could work. But yeah, comment down below if you would ever consider going on a show like Love is Blind or Married at First Sight, or I don't know, Bachelor maybe, whatever floats your boat. Okay, wow, this is a full pot. I think it's gonna look amazing though. I'm very excited. I think these look so good when they're like really full and like cascading over the edge of the planter. I don't know why the soil is so dusty today. What's going on? You know, you guys probably can't see the dust cloud, but like every time I take a scoop, a dust cloud comes up. Rotate, you guys. Have you all been to the Poconos before? It is such a fun place. It's so different. Oh, frick. The challenge with this long piece is I can't put it too deep in the pot because there's only like this much stem. I'm debating if I should take off the bottom leaf, but I don't really want to. But let me see if I can just like kind of bury it a little bit more in there. I'm also going to be trying to sell a lot of plants and cuttings and things soon. Would you guys be interested in a video on like how I sell plants? I'm definitely not an expert by any means. Like I don't have a shop or anything, but I just need to be downsizing, and so selling seems like a good way to go. Obviously, I usually prefer trading because you can get cool and new plants and make friends and stuff, but it doesn't really work with downsizing to just like trade and get different plants. Okay, this guy's having trouble staying in because the soil keeps popping up, so I'm gonna think of a solution. Hold on. So I have no idea if this will work, but I got some rocks that we just had lying around, and I'm gonna try to kind of put it around the plant to keep the soil around it down so that it doesn't fall out, because it's a little bit too top heavy at the moment. Okay, let's see. Okay, it seems to be holding it a little bit better. I mean, I'm not gonna like shake it around like crazy, but okay. So these guys are kind of in. We need soil on this side. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Poconos. Have you guys been there before? They're so beautiful, and it's such a different, I don't know, obviously it's a different vibe from the city, but it's just like, it's a different vibe to anywhere I've ever been. It's like so much more relaxing, probably because it's super isolated. Anyway, I'm gonna rinse this guy off and he'll be done. Then I'm gonna wipe the table off a little bit and then we'll get started on the next thing. I'm not gonna wipe it all the way down because we're obviously gonna be doing more repotting, but I don't know why. I think someone who mentioned this, maybe Becca De La Plants, somebody mentioned that even though they love houseplants and have a lot of houseplants and soil, they hate soil and like dirt. And I definitely feel that. I do not like touching dirt and having soil just around, so I had to sweep it up. Let me get my repotting mat for the next one. Jeez, this takes up so much space. I definitely need to get a smaller one. I've seen some really cute ones with like cute designs that are just like smaller and easier to manage, so that's something on my list. Anyway, here is my beautiful Florida Ghost, and here is another Florida Ghost that was a cutting from this one. This guy's been growing so well. This was the first leaf I put out that's turning green already. And then here's the newest leaf. It's so beautiful. I typically don't like to repot when leaves are actively coming out because I don't want to risk damaging them. But thankfully neither of these have growth like coming right now. So I want to combine them together into this pot just to kind of downsize a little bit. This has been in my cabinet and it takes up so much space just with how wide it is. So I need some space in there for some other stuff. So I'm trying to kind of move out the things that don't need anymore. Wow. Those roots are so nice. Well, it must have been very happy in the cabinet. I'm gonna quickly try to get some of this bag off of here. I'm not gonna like get all of it off, but just a bit. I am so proud of how well this plant rooted. I started out in water with just the 2 green leaves, and after a bit I moved it to sphagnum and it just took off. I'm so proud of it. This is definitely a favorite. Oh, there goes Ella. This is definitely a favorite plant of mine. I didn't love it when it refused to grow for me, but now that it's growing and I can actually enjoy like the beautiful white leaves, definitely a favorite. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna like pull a ton of more spag off because it does kind of pull some roots off. So I think that's good for now. I do want to save this spag because I'm gonna reuse it for another item today. Do y'all reuse your sphagnum and perlite and stuff? I usually do, unless it was like a plant rotted in it or something. I know some people will like sanitize it, which sounds awesome, but that seems like a lot of time, personally. Okay, let's dump this bad boy out. I have no idea what these roots look like, honestly. Let's hope it's not root bound because I don't have a bigger pot. Of course, as I say it, I'm pretty sure it's root bound. Oh my god. There's no drainage. Oh no, there are. Okay. I was looking at the pot and the drainage holes are like on the sides. I was looking in the middle and I was like, there's no drainage hole. What have I been doing? But there is. We're good. Okay, so this definitely has like quite a bit of root growth, as you guys can see down there, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to break up just some of the soil so we can fit both plants in. But I think this will be able to make it until summer when I can, you know, get a larger planter for both of them. But I'm glad the roots are so robust. I was worried they weren't doing great down there. I think this is also one of my first like rarer plants that I got, if I remember correctly. I think I got it like in an eBay sale. So we got those guys. Let's get some of this base soil back in the pot. It's always so hard to decide like which way to orient the plants, but I think that way looks good to me. I definitely could put a pole in here, but I'm kind of liking the way it's looking just kind of splayed out. And I have a lot of stuff on poles right now, so I think this gives a kind of different, unique look. I kind of want to cut off this leaf because it's a little bit yellow and kind of ugly, but I know it's not dying. It's been like that kind of yellowish for months. I don't know, I'm torn. Do you guys cut off leaves when they don't really look great? I know there's a lot of debate on that, like whether or not you should let the leaf get all the way to the point where it naturally falls off, or whether it's okay to remove the leaves yourself. I mean, obviously everyone should do whatever they want to do with their own plants, but what are your thoughts? Okay. Oh, she looks so good. Okay, I'm so happy. Here she is. Got some beautiful leaves in there. I'm gonna give this guy water. I'll show you how everything looks at the end once they've drained stuff. I'm gonna go put this in the shower real quick. Okay, so now that this adorable little purple cup is freed up with the spag in it, I'm gonna put something in here. In this cool head vase, I've been growing a little MEEE cutting. Here she is. You can see the roots are looking pretty good. I love that these roots come in pink. I think that's so pretty. And it's got a new leaf coming, as you can see there. So I actually have maybe 3 different MEEEs right now, if we count this as a whole plant. I don't know if we do. And this is one I definitely want to sell down the line, but I wanted to get it a little bit more robust than this before I sell it. So I'm going to put it in spag because I feel like sometimes that helps kind of strengthen the roots. I don't know if that's true or just how I feel, maybe. But I'm going to put it in this little cup of spag, and I'm going to put it in the IKEA greenhouse cabinet to really help it excel. pop some perlite on top. I mix spag and perlite all the time. I don't know how people feel about that, but I feel like it usually turns out pretty solid. That was a very easy little chore there, all done, looking cute. Can't wait to see this new leaf. Oof. Mammy eyes are so cute. I really used to not be into mine, and then it started doing well all of a sudden, and now I'm like obsessed. So there's that, dude. Okay, last potting up task that we have to do today is this Ficus Taneki. I forget if it's a ruby or not. I don't think it is. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I got this at a nursery in New Jersey. I did a video where I went to a couple of big box stores and I went to a nursery and I picked this dude up. It was a much bigger plant at the time, probably like 2-ish feet tall. It had a lot more leaves, but as soon as I brought it home, the leaves started browning and it didn't look great. So I cut off the top. None of these leaves have brown on them, and I decided to root it in water. It did take quite a while to root, but now we have some good rootage. And so I've decided it's time to pot it up. I'm gonna put it in this little terracotta pot, and hopefully that does good. Or hopefully it does well. If you guys have any recommendations on ficuses, please let me know. I've never really had success with ficus. So any sort of tips, like do they like to kind of stay wet? Do they like to really dry out? I'm putting it in terracotta so it'll dry out faster, but definitely let me know if you've noticed they prefer to stay on the moisture side. Also, what kind of signs do you look for to know that a ficus needs water? Does it like droop? Do the leaves kind of get softer? I really have no clue, so any advice would be greatly appreciated. I know there are some prolific ficus keepers out there. Also, do ficus tend to do well with grow lights, or are they one of those plants that really prefer natural light? Because I've definitely noticed that with certain plants, like even though the grow light technically has more light than some of my windows, they still seem to prefer the natural light anyway. I don't know if that's the case with this plant or not. Okay, she's looking good. I'm gonna give her a water as well, and then I think we are all done for today. Okay, so everything is all done and looking beautiful. Here is the Florida Ghost. The Hoya Carnosa compacta is right here. Looking stunning. Oh, leaking, of course. And then the ficus, super cute. And of course, the little mammy eye cutting. The final touch is returning this little crystal I have into the Florida Ghost. I put it in there for good luck and it started growing. So I'm not a big crystal person, but I have a few crystals that I'll throw in with a plant when I find them. Okay, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, did you get any plant chores done while you were watching this, or just chores in general? Definitely let me know. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye.